for the recap.
Well, we were in the far north, and we came upon a village.
A little slice of paradise.
That initially, I guess, I think had no name, but maybe it was called Villainous, or maybe Villainous is a person. But I think we were told the village itself had no name at some point. The village was filled with a bunch of happy people who were working on arts and crafts.
Neighbors stroll the old town square, and the good life is in store.
Apparently, they all worship. What's his name? The torturer.
Villainous the torturer.
So they were all working on that. We were sort of milling about. Brachius was sort of pretending to try and kind of fit in. There was a dark cloud that sort of overhung everything or was next to the city. I was unclear on where the cloud was really relative to the village. At some point, a bucket of a silver liquid lowered and into the village, and everybody stopped what they were doing and ran for it, trying to drink from the bucket of silver. Brachius kind of pretended like he was making his way slowly to the bucket, still trying to fit in, but was avoiding actually getting to it so he wouldn't have to drink it. Fishay broke into a complete dead run, throwing people out of the way so that he could swallow whatever was in the obviously magical bucket of silver. I think he eventually did get to drink like whatever was left over, guzzling all of it down rather than taking a tasteful swig.
Did he eat the bucket as well, or
he was wearing it on his head, wasn't
Yes, he was.
the head? Yeah.
There were a group of creepy, ginger-headed girls dancing around, singing songs, all very happy. This upset Serene
They
greatly.
tried to cast magic on me.
So you say.
Yeah.
I know.
They tried to mildly inconvenience Serene by baning her. And in response, Serene's murderous instincts rose up and she commanded her servant to fireball all of these little kids.
Never trust identical gingers. That's just evil waiting to happen.
So all of these little ginger girls were on fire. This upset Brachius greatly, who was chasing them around with armfuls of snow, trying to put them out, but they then tried to evade him so that they would continue to be on fire, and Brachius gave up on that. What happened after that?
Just a note on that is they were laughing and running away while they were on fire,
Right.
and that was the defense. That's why the setting them on fire was the correct course of action.
Yes, Rothschild had a lot of issues with that and had some stern words with Serene.
So then the weather seemed to change. It seemed like almost like a storm was coming in, and everybody in the village vanished. And the second in command of Villainous the Torturer showed up with a bunch of silver-covered dwarves, minions, come to attack us. So Brachius surrounded them all with a wall of force, so they were basically hemmed in. But a flying ball of pickle fingers appeared in the sky and began attacking us. We were able to defeat the flying ball of pickle fingers, and Roughstooled first, with Brachius' help, left over the wall of force and into the pen with every other enemy. Eventually, he was then... Tad and Nick did not go into the wall of force, right? They were outside?
They were outside the wall of force, yes.
Serene jumped over.
No, they eventually jumped over.
Okay. I'd forgotten. But Serene definitely jumped over and was inside. They began to, kill off the second in command of Villainous, but we're also being swarmed by all the other attacks. So we're getting a bit beat up, but in the end, we were able to defeat everybody who was inside the wall of force. Tad and Nick got blasted and became a little delirious and thought they could fly. So maybe it was just Tad, but both of them seemed like they were out of it and were trying to fly. Brachius attempted to help their self-esteem by casting Levitate on them to lift them into the air, so they thought they were actually managing to fly by flapping their arms. 13 certainly got to slaughter a lot of people with his daggers. Finally,
One last detail is after we defeated Signorca Stormfury and the minions, the darkness did dissipate, revealing a temple, and the girls, the ginger girls, skipped out of the temple unaffected.
Yeah.
Still laughing.
Yeah, they look like they have not been hit by a fireball.
it is very, very appropriate that the Storm Riders beat Signorca Stormfury. And I think that's where we ended it. I think we were still in the village.
Yeah.
Also, Rothschild's brain fell out.
Ralph still is just standing there drooling with his dire trident in his hand. One of the llamas comes over and is licking the drool.